A big welcome to you, my dear Capricorn. So we do have the sun now in Libra, and Libra is of course that moment where we come to an equality in the day and night equinox. And in the equinox we recognize there is a bigger picture in all of this. There is a balance, there is a justice through nature that affects us. And so you see here the 11 and the 19. When we unite the numbers, we get the 10, and then we get 3 times the 1 and the 0. And the sun is giving the light to the moon, which is in your sign. And through that, you look deeper, right? Because of that, you are able to look deeper into your subconscious and see what is it that you want to let go of, what obsession is blocking your intuition, right? What of the fears are blocking or coming through your dreams to you? And so this is what's happening right in the sky right now. And we're gonna look, of course, at the Queen of Pentacles and at the King of Swords, because after Aleister Crowley there is a mix, right? So we have the classical Capricorn, which is if your birthday is between the 22nd of December to the 8th of January, you are here in this category. And if your birthday is between the 9th to the 20th of January, then you are a mix. You have above you the soul aspect, the devil, Capricorn, and here you already are the King of Swords. And as you can see in this deck, there's a masculine and a feminine king, and I always use the one that comes up first when I pull the card for the station. And today it's the feminine king. So you see here is the classical Capricorn aspect, and here is the mix already. And so understand that we have that mix to the previous reading before. And that's like this, right? Where the Queen of Pentacles has above her already the Temperance, right? The melting. And that's when your birthday is between the 12th to the 21st of December. So there you are, connected through the soul to Temperance, to Sagittarius, and below you are the Queen of Pentacles. And for this reading, I have a time so you can jump to it. And also for the King of Swords, there is a time that you can jump to it and you can skip the reading for the Queen of Pentacles. Back to the last reading where we had Virgo Sun giving Capricorn Moon the light. The Queen of Pentacles, money is infinite energy. And the King of Swords is the world spiritually just. And I always look if there's a reoccurring card that is coming up and wants to talk again. And there is not for the Queen of Pentacles, and for the King of Swords also no reoccurring card coming up. Okay, good. So we begin the reading, right? I begin with the Queen of Pentacles, the classical. And out of her deck comes the Ace of Cups. We're going to the left, we're going to your new moon, which is important for you to understand. To the left is intuitive, within, to the right is logical, without. And so the 10 and the 1 creates the 11, and you get 11 with that 1 cup. That is actually giving love to that 1 coin that you're holding in your hand. You're connected with the 10th house of career and climbing up that ladder. And so here you're getting one message, very clear. Do that with love, right? Otherwise in the 10, you kind of like coming back to the 1, but now you're adding a 1 and you have the 11. You have a portal, and love is the portal here. So of course now I want to look deeper into this card that I pulled. And all the aces are connected with Mercury, right? With the Magician. And here comes the Time Master. And the Time Master is looking over to her and he's like, yeah, that's exactly what we need. We need love in that infinite game of money and climbing and social success and career, and we lose love. And so here we have the 57. The 57, the 5, the Hierophant, and the 7, the Chariot, the success. There is spiritual success in the Time Master. When we unite this, we get the 12. All 12 zodiac signs are under the time. And the 12 turns into a 3. The 3 and the 1 is the 4. The 4 and the 10 is then, of course, the 14, and that's Temperance. And Temperance is here to bring us always the union between masculine and feminine. And in there, you're learning. You're learning clearly that temperance is a state of consciousness, right? It's not a person. So the 5 is left then, which is in here in the 57, right? So the human aspect in us to the 5th chakra is where we want to experience this world, and it's only in the 3rd eye. In the 6th chakra, which is when we unite the 15, we get the 6, and there you see in your 3rd eye what's important. And apparently it's important that you become spiritually connected to the love that you can give to the people. So Mercury right now is in Libra, so I picked out of Libra's deck, and you are getting the 10 of Pentacles. And of course, that's a lot of money, that's you, but it's connected with Mercury in Virgo. And so you see here the Tree of Life arranged, all these pentacles in the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. And so you have a 10-10, right? And of course, we can also hear the 3 and the 10 make a 13, here the 11th. And so the 13th of November could be a date that is of significance for you. But you see that here Mercury has come and bringing you the Time Master and money. If you want money, you need to put time into making it, but also love. And so here's a 10-10. We can also just leave the 10-10 portal. And the 57 plus the 1 is the 58. That's the 13. That's the big transformation. And in the transformation, we're learning that everything has a moment, its peak, and then again, it will go to the other side. And the 4 is left. So there's the 4 in the center and the 10-10 portal framing that stability that we're looking for. But the 4 can also be the heart. So really beautiful how this is talking to you, right? So now I want to see what the Mother Peace Tarot is saying, and you're getting the 6 of Cups, which is Sun in Scorpio. And interesting, it's pointing to the right, down. And you can turn it up, but to the right, down, right? Sun in Scorpio, which is in the next reading. So I think this card is already telling you something, and we're going to look what the 6 of Cups is saying to the Ace of Cups. Then you have 7 Cups, and that's usually illusion card. But here you are not in an illusion because you have the 6 and the 1. And you have the 6th, right? The 6th chakra and then the 1, which is the crown chakra on top of your head. So rest assured that you know that these 6 cups are memories from the past, and you are able to just pick one, and that one is the Ace of Cups. It's the one that brings you love and a new beginning, and also a consciousness that is bringing you the awareness of being love yourself. Now with the Time Master, right, we had here left the 3. The 3 and the 6 is the 9. We get the Hermit, we get that inner knowing. The light is within you, the love is within you. But the 57 plus the 6 is the 63. So there's the 6 and the 3 and the 9 comes anyway again. So you know that there is something wanting to tell you that the Time Master is observing. He has the 8 on his chest and he's literally looking away from the past. He's like, I'm going to the future. I don't need the past. And in the past, there was something where these women on their horses with the cups, it's like a memory from your childhood. So here you are learning that then the 9 is saying, well, you are understanding clearly that it's all deep within you. The 10 and the 6 is the 16, that's the Tower, and the Tower is here to give you an awareness that things gotta go from the past. You don't need them, right? The 10 is a lot of money, and to handle that money, we need to understand how money functions and what kind of people get attracted to money. And it's not always the good-hearted, right? The people that are lovely, the people that are conscious. It's not always those, right? It's actually those who are really ruthless and are like, okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that money. The 7 is left, and the 7 is the higher consciousness that is talking here, and the 7 is in the Time Master inside. So that's talking, and now what is it saying to you? The same, right? You get the 16, so something's got to go from your past where you think, or someone is coming back from the past, but because it's facing to the right and down, it's kind of like something is wanting to chase you. You're not looking at it, right? You're like, I'm in this world and I don't want to see what's truly talking here. Sometimes we need to look deeper, and we get the 7 here as well, and then you get a 7-7. Right? And in that 7-7, you're learning more and more to understand that the 7 is the crown chakra. And the true queen, if she's a queen, she knows that she's letting go of what happened in the past. Like clearly letting go. It's not just, oh, I let him go, right? So sometimes people are like telling me, yeah, and then I let go. And I'm like, I don't feel like you really let go. The King of Swords, out of his deck comes the Page of Cups. So here we have all 3 zodiac signs, Cancer and Scorpio and Pisces. So she's talking to a fish. She is this new generation that is like loving and wanting to do things in an emotional way. Meanwhile, you are like, no, I'm thinking it should be this way, and this is how it is. So here's the 11 and the 3. The 3rd of November or the 11th of March could be a date. So now I'm going to pick off each of the 3 zodiac signs a card, and the first one is the Cancer, and it's bringing you the Princess of Swords. And the Princess of Swords, these are all the air signs, so you are in here. So it's almost like there's a young, either Pisces or Scorpio or Cancer, that is reminding you of you. Because here we have Gemini and we have Libra and we have you, Aquarius. So there's a young person that reminds you of you. And so you have a 33, and the 33 here, it's like the young generation. They're coming with information that is amazing, right? Because they are so pure. They're not like thinking the way we think. They start thinking the way we think because we tell them so. So here comes Cancer and says, remember yourself when you were younger? It's important. What is Scorpio bringing? It's bringing you the 7 of Wands, which is Mars in Leo. And the 7 plus the 3 is the 10. So then you have 3 times the 1 and the 0. The Fool, Uranus, beginning new, a new stage. And the 7 is like being strong, being, you know, having courage to step up and do something with here the pages, with this young generation. And that's what it takes to step up. And then comes Pisces, and it's bringing you the 6 of Pentacles, compromise. And compromise is Moon in Taurus. And you see there is money involved with this. and they're compromising, and they're kind of like looking like twins. And they're looking like samurais that are a little conditioned. And it just looks intense, right? It's like, oh, there is something. And usually it's like the giving and the taking card. And it's really interesting. It's like, what is going on here? What do you feel when you look at them? So the 6 and the 3 is the 9. So again, there is the Hermit, the completion. And in the completion, you're understanding that something's got to shift in the way you're working through all of this, right? So now all of them together, we have the 3 and the 7, the 10, and the 6, the 16. So we have the Tower. So this generation is bringing you a new perspective in how you can live your life, a new way, and it's good. And in the end, the 7 is left from the 16, the 7 and the 3 is the 10. Amazing, right? So you are protected through these zodiac signs. You're protected in understanding you as a young child, in protected in how you had courage to step up and out, and that you put the money aside, and that you were conscious about money. And then you understand that this is all a feeling that is now stronger and stronger deep within you. Okay, so now I want to see what is coming from the Mother Peace Tarot. And you're coming up, the King of Swords, or the Shaman of Swords, to the left, up. And it's really saying, yes, you go within, you going to your new moon, which you get in your own month. So the 11 and the 3 again, the 3rd of November or the 11th of March. And it's like you are understanding that with love, you're talking and you're creating new information. And the shaman is like, yes, let's do it. And so here you are realizing, yes, back in the past, you really need to now awaken to a new consciousness and bring that consciousness deeper within and learn. So the 311 and the 11-3 again as a time frame or a date. Then here, seeing that you have or had the courage to build this brilliant mind of yours, now you're a shaman. Here you are with this dress and you're like a queen, but you are a masculine energy. And so the 7th of November, the 11th of July could be a date, and see the courage that you brought into the way you think, in the way you act. Then after thinking about it, you're acting. And the 6 and the 11, right? We leave the 11 because it's a portal. You, of course, can calculate it together and see what comes out of it. But you see that money, if you spend it well, if you give it to the right people, it will always come, it will always circulate. And so financially, you are in a secure place and you know that all is well. And then comes the 11-11 portal. So you are going deeper within to become a shaman, to become someone that sees that you have to do things with love. Because love is really like the way she's talking to this fish, and he's like listening. He's like, yeah, I'm listening to you. And there's this really beautiful documentary. It's called Aware. You can watch on YouTube and find it. And this woman had to test or work with these fish underneath the water, how they're conscious and how they're with her, and eventually they knew her and they were swimming with her and they were laying in her hands. And then one day part of the experiment was to dissect all these fish. So she knew she had to go down there and catch them to basically just dissect them. There was no fish around. They were all gone. And she was all of a sudden realizing they are so much more clever than she thought. They knew that she would come and take them, and they knew it in pictures. They don't know in words, but they know in pictures. So that's what's talking here. And so understand that that's where you're going, to be a shaman. Not anymore this woman that carries the stars on her dress. No, you're becoming a shaman. And to become a shaman is something that you always had in your past, deep within you. You felt it. And you have the courage to become a shaman. And you know that money has to be treated in a way that it's like equal and that people trust you and that you are now on a path to become a shaman. And that's what's talking here today to you. And I hope it inspires you, right, to learn more and to understand more who you truly are. So that's the reading for the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the Sun in Scorpio. Scorpio has come up. So there's courage in the next month, right, to go through the month of transformation, of death. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.